So you can just make out some writing on the wall here. And this apparently was written by the wife of a man who was tortured and killed here. And she's written, "I never forget my husband was killed by these people." So I'm having a drink, I'm trying a juice of the banana. How much is one of these? 1,000. Okay. So I'm going to try one, small one. It smells really strong. It smells like alcohol. Is it fermented? How long do you leave it in here? 1 week. So it's fermented. Is it good for your health? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try this. Thank you. A little bit bitter, a little bit sour. Very strong smell. It smells like homemade wine. It's from banana.
Pineapple.
Oh, pineapple.
Banana, okay.
Yeah. It's mixed with lots of spices and herbs. On the 21st of November 1969, in a small flat just south of the River Thames in London, the 35th Kabaka of Uganda lay dying. The first president of Uganda and the last true Kabaka of his people. Mutesa II died in southeast London in November 1969 all alone. Let's go and take a look inside his house. Before signing the Buganda Agreement of 1900, the Buganda Kingdom was an absolute monarchy under the leadership of the Kabaka, and this is the Kabaka's Palace, once home to the Bugandan kings, and it sits on Mengo Hill in the Lubiri area, and it's also called the Haunted Mansions because so many people were killed here on the ground in Idi Amin's torture chambers. So this was King Freddy's car. Somebody attacked the palace and destroyed all the cars.
See this here? Then there is the diamonds here.
Okay. Yeah. Does it still work? Do you have the key? Yeah.
Can be restored.
Needs a bit of welding, doesn't it? It's got no floor. Not bad.
For the Rolls Royce, we only have this remaining piece.
Okay. Yeah. On the trees you can see all the big jackfruit, which is a native fruit from Southeast Asia. Just stood here looking at a fig tree, and I've just been informed that traditionally the bark was peeled off and dried out, and then it was pounded, and as it was pounded it would spread and get thinner and make a very big sheet of material. Traditionally it was used for clothing, and it's got a natural mosquito repellent in it. Also it was used to wrap kings after they passed away, because it's also a preservative, it embalms the bodies. And also UNESCO have made it UNESCO heritage symbol. Idi Amin was the Ugandan military officer who served as the third president of Uganda from 1971 to 1973, and he is considered one of the most brutal despots in world history, and we're about to go inside his torture chambers. So we're inside now. These are the cells. Why is it higher? Why is it this quite low? There was steps.
It was designed as an armory that lorries or trucks reverse. Those they are up, and this is the level of the trucks. But then they put cables, and then there was water.
So they can't jump in or they get electrocuted.
And then the next day they would bring some dead, suffocated, being suffocated and stabbed to death.
So you can just make out some writing on the wall here. And this apparently was written by the wife of a man who was tortured and killed here. And she's written, "I never forget my husband was killed by these people." So Idi Amin, he took control of Uganda in 1971 with a military coup. During his reign, many buildings in Kampala were severely damaged, burnt, throughout the course of a war between Uganda and Tanzania. After he attempted to annex a part of Tanzania, Tanzania troops then captured Kampala in 1979, ousted Amin from power. Amin then went into exile. First he went to Libya, then Iran, and finally in Saudi Arabia, where he lived until his death in 2003. In these torture chambers, over 30,000 people have been executed here. Very sad circumstances. And Idi Amin Dada was known as the Butcher of Uganda for his brutal ways while president of Uganda in the 1970s. So Idi Amin was a man of its own thinking capacity who tortured people to suffer and to be killed during his reign. He never separated men from women. They were all tortured together in these cells. He shot them with bullets and then threw their bodies into the surrounding waters, which were electrified. And the list of crimes committed by Idi Amin include ethnic persecution, political repression, extrajudicial executions. Many political rivals suffered his wrath, but some of the worst things done by Idi Amin were done to his own people. Idi Amin's official title was His Excellency President for Life. However, he had a string of alias names such as Lord of all the beasts of the earth and the fishes of the seas, and Conqueror of the British Empire in Africa in general and in Uganda in particular. So we were just talking and saying what can lead a person to do such atrocities, and the guy was just saying it's assumed that maybe Idi got syphilis and the syphilis caused brain damage and then caused paranoia, and that kind of led him down that path. And he was also nicknamed Dada, which is a Swahili word, and it means a man who has many ladies. When he was training in the military, he had a lot of girlfriends. So I hope you enjoyed that little tour. The cost to go on that little tour, you can't come in alone obviously because it's a royal palace. You have to come in with the guide, and the tour was 35,000 shillings, which is around $10. So it's not much, fairly cheap. If you have any questions, don't forget to write in the comments below, and keep on watching, keep on enjoying the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.